Good morning, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. We are back for 2020. I know it's the end of January, but hey, better late than never, eh? So boys and girls, I'm your main host, Barry B, skipper of our Cygnus 21, the Lindsay B. Now, over the last few weeks since Christmas time, I shut down cameras and I was able to hash on. Now, to me, I've accomplished a lot. Maybe to you guys you're thinking, is that what you've done in 3 weeks? But I must say, doing work by yourself always takes 3 times as long. So, but before we go into me showing you what I've done, I've got a bad boy thing to confess to. Episode 29, I asked you what a certain item was and if you had any ideas what it was. And on episode 30, I must have been excited about Santa coming because I totally forgot about it. So, without further ado, we'll go back into that clip and we'll give you some enlightenment of what the tool was for. So boys and girls, what I asked you was if you had any idea what this contraption was for. And I must say, a lot of you actually got it right, and a few years, well, it was a good guess, that's all I'm going to say. So I'm now going to cut to another clip and show you exactly what it's for. Ta-da! There we go, boys and girls, it's actually a pipe notcher. What we do is we get our battery powered drill here and we basically cut through the metal pole, and it gives us, when we're making the handrails etc, it'll give us more surface area to weld when we come to actually welding everything together. Now this piece of kit was not cheap, but I think in the long run it'll be definitely well worth it. So congratulations to everybody who guessed right, and for those who had a guess and failed, still well done. Thank you very much for even trying. So let's get on with what I've been up to then, guys. So guys, as you can see behind me, our Lindsay B has a little bit of bling. We have stainless steel strips. I'll go further into detail in a minute. However, that was nasty. That took an absolute age, and I know I'm actually meant to be getting to deck level for the end of February. Obviously with this stainless steel arriving, I got rather excited with myself and I thought, oh, we'll just hash on with this, and took a lot longer than I expected. So to drill just the top bar there took at least 2 days work, and that's through holes and a countersink. And obviously with it being Christmas time, my order for my drill bits didn't arrive till last week. Yeah, last week. So obviously I had to chow through it with the drill bits I had with sharpening, unsharpening, sharpening and unsharpening. Oh, it was a nightmare. However, we have got a band throughout the boat and we'll have a wee walk. Whoa. Hope you're not getting dizzy. At the present, it's just the top rail at this side because I was working on this fiberglass. Now this fiberglass was taking about 4 to 5 days to dry between each coat. There's 3 coats of 900 ounce on there. So I just got it finished the other day. So there you are. Shows you how time fades rather quickly. So obviously we've got it right round the top of the boat and across the back end as well. Oh, sorry, I got a bit dark there, guys. It's just not an awful lot of light. Winter time, you got to love it. You got to love it. So yeah, That's the bit to protect where the creels come up, obviously, because like I said before, we're not wanting the rope cutting into the actual wood itself. There will be a stainless steel strip going along here, and at the working area there'll be a secondary one out. Got to love a fiberglass nippy. A secondary one gone where just where the pots come up, just to protect this sheathing on the wood. But apart from that, lovely, lovely. Now, inside the boat, guys, we've got our plinths done. That bit at the back there, I'll zoom in a wee bit. This piece here was for the hydraulic tank going on. We managed to get our seacock fitting actually put in, and I would like to thank Stuart Bell, one of my all-time favourite muckers, way back in my army days. 25 years plus I've known this fella, and he was up visiting relatives and his best friends just last week there, and he offered to come and help me on the Monday before he went back down the road. And we got on rather well. We got quite a lot done. It's amazing what happens when you've got two people. So next part we're done is this bit here. That's for the extra strainer before we're going into the engine here. We've also half done where the transducer is going to go. And for those of you that don't know much about boating, this is a 600 watt transducer. Now what this does is actually sends a signal down to the seabed and back up to the receiver here, and then it gives you an indication of how far and what type of bottom is underneath the boat. So if you're at a rocky area where the lobsters are and you've only got like a fathom underneath the boat, which is 6 feet, obviously when I had the rock hopper that would have been of some of great concern, because she only had a 5 foot draft, so I know there wasn't a lot left underneath the boat. Whereas the Lindsay B, if I've got a fathom underneath the boat, I still know there's plenty of water between me and the seabed, which is exactly what I need to know. We had also got our anode studs in as well, both sides. So that was a godsend, because I was trying to figure out how I was going to be two places at once. I mean, how on earth can I be inside the boat and outside the boat at the same time? So thank you, Stu Bell! Oh yeah, and I forgot. There's your shiny seacock. Once I get... Can you see it? Right about here. That took a bit of doing. And last but not least, that's where the transducer will live. It's still to get fiberglassed in, and you'll probably wonder what that big stainless steel bolt is through. It's just to keep it there while it dries against the hull. We'll get that fixed in a day or two after we do the battery box. So guys, here we have the battery box. That'll be gone at the port side right next to the engine, so there's less distance for the cables to travel. And I will say this, they're in sealed containers, and what we'll be putting in them is these little bad boys, BS 100 amp hour 12 volt batteries. Now for the MCA, you might have everything battery wise all sealed, blah blah blah. However, I've got one, I don't know if I'm a genius or what, or if everybody's just slowing the uptake, or maybe I'm the idiot, I'm not sure. When a battery is charging from the alternator, right, it gives off a gas called hydrogen, okay? So can you imagine what happens to hydrogen when you put it in a sealed container? Right next to the starter motor, right next to where all the sparks can fly on a battery. Yeah, well done MCA, that's thinking guys. Once again, I'm pulling you up on your job. Anyway, I tell you what, leave a comment below if you think I'm right or think I'm wrong, or if I've done my investigation wrong. Just write a comment below, just tell me I'm an idiot, or tell me, well, that's a good point, Baz, actually. Because the MCAs haven't switched on. Actually, one of the guys from who done my last inspection for the rock hopper, he wanted me to do all X, Y, Z, so I told him that fact and his face dropped like a stone. So one up on Baz, and this guy was meant to be an engineer from one of the big container ships. So they're trying to make little boats into little ships basically. That's why I've got to carry the same safety gear as a 15-metre vessel. Doesn't make sense, does not make sense. In fact, they're counteracting safety with the amount of gear I've got to carry as well as the creels to make money. But we'll go into that in another video. I'm starting to rant again. I'm sorry guys, I'm sorry. Let's have happy cheery thoughts. That's what we should do, eh? Happy cheery thoughts. Anyway, so as you can see, I've done quite a lot of work. Oh, I forgot to show you. Follow me into the darkness. So as you can see guys, we've got our secondary pump, or our main pump really, because that's a 2000 watt one. The one I had a discrepancy with in episode 29. We had got the outlet fitted. However, I did have to wait nearly 3 weeks for one of the parts, but it was Christmas time. You expect to wait, especially when it was a last minute order. But that's in as well. So, yes. Oh, diesel tank. Right, follow me. So guys, here we have our 170 litre Vitas diesel tank. Yes, I know once again, Barry's been overthinking, he still thinks he's got the rock hopper. It's a big tank for such a little boat. 100 litres would have done fine, but hey-oh, you know what I'm like. Like, got to do an OTT. Anyway, I made a lovely tray, which is going to be fitted. However, what I wanted to do, I might actually consult you guys, is we put the fuel in, fuel out up the top here. However, what I was thinking about doing, I had this in the rock hopper as well, was putting a separate outflow at the bottom, so if there's any rubbish that settles in the tank, when I come to clean the tank out, I can actually just turn a tap and all the rubbish comes out the bottom. Now, I don't know if this is MCA passable, it's maybe something I'm going to have to investigate more. However, that was my thinking. And it should all fit inside the boat because I've had a rough fit of sizes, etc, etc. So, oh, one thing I'll tell you about my boo-boo, when I was making the tray, I'd made these sides square. Now, because of the shape of the tank, it actually bows a little bit and it was too tight, so actually I had to take 5mm off an angle of each bottom, and now it splays just that little bit, just enough to get the fiberglass round. So once again with boat building, you're always making mistakes. However, as long as you spot them before you make an expensive mistake, that's the way forward. So boys and girls, we're about the 1 month mark away from getting to deck level, and as you can see, I've still got a lot of work to do, but hopefully once these last wee bits are in, it's just a matter of fitment. Now that shouldn't take as long as actually making up the parts. But you know how things go with boat building, you think you've got plenty of time, and before you know it, everything's on top of you. So I'm now going to keep these videos shorter. The reason for that is obvious, just up till we get to deck level, but this is all in theory. I might come to editing and it might be half an hour still. But my theory is I'm going to try and keep these videos shorter, that way I might be able to go into more detail on which parts are what. So, without further ado, thank you very much for watching. It's a pleasure to be back. It's a pleasure to have you back. And do the usual. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And YouTube world, please subscribe. We need subscribers. Just tick it. It's a bit of a laugh. Get on, something to laugh at within your cup of tea. And smash that notification bell, and that'll give you an idea of when our next video is out, which will hopefully be next week, now that I've got it back in my head that yeah, you got better start making videos, Baz. Right, all the very best my friends, until the next video now. Obviously, when I had the rock hopper, that would concern me. But with the Lindsay B, I know I still have like half a metre's, well, 3 feet. No, that's a full metre, isn't it? I'm in the light now. Oh, how did I do it? There we are, I stand at the right side of the light. That's better. Frog on my foot this morning. Right, God almighty.